I mean, I think that they. I mean, I'm not surprised that they're invited.
Okay, so let's migrate the conversation to the SEA fans who are sweating bullets right now. One spot for direct invite is left. Valve very cleverly, somebody said they like drama, said that they were probably going to put newbie first so that SEA could sweat even harder. This last pick, are we all agreed? Does anybody not agree, I guess I should say, that it's not going to be an SEA team? Is there a chance that that's Ninjas in Pajamas?
It's an SEA team. If it's not an SEA team, then Valve are the biggest dicks in the world.
Okay.
I don't think it's dicks. I think it's I think it's bad business. I mean, honestly, if I'm running a damn business, I am inviting a team for that reason.
It makes sense. Okay, so that said, 6 minutes out. We have two teams. I think we've already gone around. We have a feel for who thinks they deserve to be in that spot. Here's the question, though. Since it's one, do you think that means that the SEA qualifiers have sort of become, to a lesser extent, a non-factor? Will the other team just march right through and get an easy run in TI?
No.
So
like
this
SEA is so volatile that any team is capable of winning the SEA qualifier. That's why this invite means so much. Because if Team Malaysia or Rave don't get directly invited, it's highly possible that they just get knocked out. Like Rave has been citing so many issues with internet problems trying to play on these Southeast Asian servers. I'm hoping that Rave actually pick up their entire team and go to Malaysia or Singapore and play the qualifiers from there. So they're closer to the servers and in a more stable environment, or else they really just don't stand a chance.
Yeah,
makes sense. So that
is a huge deal.
So this is an important pick in beyond just the fact that it's the pride of the direct invite. There's a lot of volatility, as you guys say, in the SEA region where any given Sunday somebody can beat somebody else. So while a team may be best in the case of Rave or Malaysia, they could be defeated by ping, DDoS, 100,000 different things. So I guess that adds a lot of real focus to this invite.
If you look at, I mean, we're probably all you guys know Knoxville by now, who tracks all the ELO of these teams, and I believe the last time we chatted about it, the volatility of week to week ELO changes in SEA is like twice the average of the other regions. I mean, it's huge. That region is. I would never bet on SEA Dota. That region is incredibly volatile, incredibly unpredictably, and I agree with Toby that greatly increases the value of this last bit.
Okay, so let's 4 minutes left. Going into this, going to be an SEA team, most likely. I guess Valve could completely throw a wrench into the system.
And before fucking Nipper Tinker.
Right? No kidding.
Holy shit, the riots.
If it's the best 10 teams, it's going to be Nip, man.
Dude, I will pour one out if it's Nipper Tinker.
I don't think it will be.
I don't think it will be.
I you know, frankly, I'd actually be pretty darn happy.
Right. About it. I mean, from a best teams in the world sense, and it's not off the table because you could argue that they're still going to invite the best 10 or best 9 and then newbie because they're defending champions. So it's still a possibility, which is why SEA fans are sweating this one out. I don't know what the time zone is in SEA. They may actually be sleeping this one out and then waking up to see it when it happens. That said, this is a pretty big pick. What do you think, though? Assuming it's SEA, this list looks incredibly strong. This TI looks like it's going to be incredibly intense to watch. But to step away from that, because I think I'm going to lose a couple of you once this pick comes out, do you think, which qualifier groups do you think is going to be the most fun to watch going forward from here? It sounds like SEA... Yeah, Europe. Okay.
Absolute softball of a question. Yeah. Okay.
So Europe's going to be a lot of fun. They apparently have connection stability that is better than the SEA, so we're going to see a lot of that.
Well, not really, because most of them don't know how to protect themselves from freaking DDoS. So
that's the next question, though. If these qualifiers are online, what do these teams have to do? Like,
dude, if they get DDoS, like, honestly,
we haven't seen a rule set from Valve about it. Like, we don't know what's going to happen there.
It's really not that hard to make your IP not publicly available by like any random idiot. If someone really, really, really wants to get your IP, they'll probably figure out a way to do it.
If Greg can do it.
But like, oh, Charlie, you know, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try to keep it flame free for the next 5 minutes.
I'm sorry. You're right.
It's like breaking into your house or breaking into your car. If somebody wants to do it bad enough, they're probably gonna do it.
Yeah, but taking like the basic precautions keeps like the random idiots who hire botnets and like are just people. They're called script kiddies from DDoSing you. Like the most basic protection literally can be set up in 15 minutes. Like
script kiddies.
It's like it's just when you buy a script off the internet and you can DDoS someone with it. Like that's how all this fucking random ass DDoSing happens. These people aren't like fucking criminal masterminds.
Interesting. Okay. So DDoS could be something that comes into play. We are 1 minute and 20 seconds out. I'm going to start the calls early this time because last time we got off track. So let's go in a square for all the new viewers who've just joined us. I'm going to call your name. You tell me who you think is in that last position. We're going to start out with Charlie.
Rave.
Rave, what do you think, Hip?
I don't know. I mean, I think Malaysia's better, but I would not be surprised if Rave got invited.
So do you have a pick? Because the goal is picking something.
Rave.
All right, Toby, what do you pick for this?
I'm sticking with Malaysia. I'm still thinking that Valve is going to look to TI and who's going to perform better there, and they're going to believe more in Malaysia than Rave.
Nahas?
But I still want to stick there and say that Rave still
Malaysia. I've guessed Malaysia twice in a row. I've been wrong twice. I'm sticking to my guns.
Fair enough. And to be clear, Toby did throw out a shout to Rave, who he believes deserves it. And I'm going to side with Toby. I think that Rave deserves the invite. I think the Shaun White factor is going to come into play here, and Malaysia will get the invite, or the Kelly Slater factor if you're into surfing.
All right.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
10 seconds. We're going to flip over to the big screen so that you guys can see it as it comes up live. And Toby will shout it now.
God! I was wrong!
It is...
All right, whatever.
It actually is. It actually fucking is.
So it is Team Malaysia. So the
okay.
Shaun White factor comes into play, and Team Malaysia takes the advance. That's pretty big. What do you think about that, guys?
Oh,
wow.
Man. I'm actually devastated.
I stand by the fact that I can read Valve's decisions.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
did anybody hit all 10, by the way?
Yep, I'm 10 for 10.
Nice.
I had Rave included ahead of Virtus Pro, but
Me
again,
too, yeah. I had Rave instead of Virtus Pro.
Again, I thought I said from the very beginning when the compendium page was first released, I thought there were 7 locks and the remaining 3 slots were a coin flip between 5 teams.
Yeah, absolutely. Charlie, what do you think about that Malaysia throw in?
I think they're definitely like I said before, they're a better team than Rave, but I'm surprised that Valve went with the sort of the power ranking invite rather than the results invite.
Is it a power ranking invite? Because you could argue, and this is when I talk about
no, you can't.
More a pedigree invite.
No, and that's I think what Nahas is hitting on is the pedigree idea. The idea that
right, and I'm saying Rave. I thought Rave would have gotten it because they have better results.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So
no, I think Rave's got a big ass beef. I really do.
Absolutely.
They've been together, and this is the thing. Valve has made statements in the past to the effect that they value roster stability, that they value teams that have played together and shown a record of achievement over time. Mm-hmm. And Rave has done that. They really have, and it's not their fault. You know, if they were able to make the trip to Columbus, and they posted a win over EG, and they maybe posted a win over one of the other European teams, I think this result may well be different.
Definitely true.
Absolutely.
You know, that's not their fault. I do feel bad for them. I'm excited to see Mushi back at TI for sure. I'm excited to see Ohio and KYXY back at TI. But yeah, I mean, I am really disappointed for Rave for sure.
I think that that's a general, whether or not the Malaysia did or didn't deserve it. I think that a lot of folks are going to be disappointed for Rave because of how hard they worked to be there. You don't think so? You don't think a lot of folks are going to be bummed out that Rave didn't get that?
That's not what I was laughing at.
Oh, okay.
I was laughing at Charlie.
Gotcha. So That's it, guys. This is it. This is the list, the top 10. According to Valve, the direct invites. These guys get to go straight to the big show. Let's get some final thoughts on the overall list. Do you think that this is right? This is wrong? Do you think this could be the best TI to date?
I mean, I think in terms of the field balance, in terms of, I stand by my original statement that looking at the field right now, I would set the odds at about 75% in terms of one of the first 4 teams winning. I'd set the odds of Cloud9 and LGD at about 10 to 15% between the two of them, and the remainder of the field at about right around 10%. And I think when you look at the odds going into the tournament, that this will be the most balanced TI to date. I think the games will be incredibly competitive. I think we have an incredibly exciting meta right now. Who knows where it's going to be in a couple of months for sure. But I am really excited about this event. I think it's going to be awesome.
Awesome. Charlie, what are your feelings on this? All right. Well, there you have it.
Classic Charlie.
What is hip? What do you got for me?
I mean, it's hard to say if it's going to actually be as close because this patch is going to change a lot of the way the teams play. But
True.
For sure.
To me, this looks like it's going to be a good TI. I'm sticking around for the NA qualifiers at least, if only to see if Union Games get invited.
I'll stick around for those as well.
All right. So yeah, before we do that, Toby, are you sticking around? Or are you headed out? I understand
it's 5:30 in the morning.
It's got to be late there. All right. Do you have any last thoughts about the draft or anything else before you head out for the evening?
I agree with every single pick. I feel really, really sad for Rave fans though. I kind of feel like they deserved it over Newbie, so I can feel for them on that front. But at the same time, I'm looking at all these teams and I'm really hoping that we have a nice spaced out group stage so people can actually watch a lot of this high quality Dota, which we're going to get.
Please, can we? Please?
Absolutely.
I mean, can we think about logistics? Oh my god.
So
I don't want to think about the qualifiers.
Are you sticking around with us, or are you going to be signing out too?
I will do something very stupid and stick around a little while longer. I still have
awesome
30 or 40 exams to grade tonight, but I'm not sleeping anyway.
All right, guys. So we have 9.5 minutes until the American qualifier section are announced. For those of you who may be listening on the audio or the podcast, the final invites are VG, Evil Geniuses, Team Secret, Invictus, LGD, Cloud9, Team Empire, Virtus Pro, Newbie, and Team Malaysia. And a big thank you to the panel, especially Toby, since you're not going to be here for the American qualifiers. We appreciate you stopping by and spending the evening with us. Thank you very much. And what we are going to do is I need a quick break to refill my drink, so we're going to take a quick commercial, word from our sponsors here at Coffee with Toffees, and come back with a little bit of chat about the North American qualifiers.
Wait, is Skype going to be muted?
Skype will not be muted.
I can go to the bathroom anyways.
Yeah,
hold on.
I'm out for a moment
How do I
anyway.
get flamed when Toby just cast a fucking CSGO land?
What?
Yeah, sorry. You
The
said
fuck
you
does
were
that have to do
becoming
with
a
anything?
CSGO caster.
I didn't say that
so I've
ever.
actually fucking done it, man.
I have literally,
What have you
dude,
done?
I have said
What have you
publicly
done?
that I have no interest in casting CSGO. That game does not look fun to cast.
Alright,
boy.
I can't listen to Greg.
All right, guys,
Oh.
take a break. We'll be back in about 1 minute with the qualifier coverage. So we'll be right back.
Happy
Thanks,
Greg,
Toby. Good night, man.
Happy Greg Exodus.
Jesus
Razor Comms
Christ.
is a free all-in-one communication tool that allows you to stay in touch with friends both in and out of the game. With features such as friendless, groups, mobile SMS forwarding, and call notifications, Razor Comms is a communication solution for the dedicated gamer. Razor Comms' minimal in-game overlay has a panel that grabs all your messages and lets you see who is speaking in a voice call without interrupting your game.
Now I'll always know who's breathing into the mic. It's always me.
By pairing Razor Comms Mobile with your PC, your friends can call you, no matter where you are.
So there's still technically a commercial running, but I'm sure that 99% of the people here have ad block. So, Hi! Welcome back. This is the coverage show, and we're just chilling. So we're in a 1 minute break before we go live with the qualifiers. We have done an impromptu coverage finale, I don't know what you want to call it, marathon, to get us to this point. And I'm going to flip over to cover the Skype so you guys can do what you need to do. And see if we can find another panel to bring on real quick.
You can pick up, if you're just looking for NA people, I'm sure Alan would come on.
Alan. Who's Alan?
Were you?
Oh, yeah. Let's see. I got like 65 fucking messages. I mean, 65 effing messages. Alright, so what we're going to do is I'm actually going to bring Cart back real quick to talk a little bit about some of the pick stats regarding the top one.
God, kill me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get a beer. Be right back.
Jeez, poor bastard. Alright, let's do this. Alright, so what we're going to do real quick, guys, we have about 6 minutes until the American qualifiers are released. I'm bringing on one of our resident stat guys, and he's been pulling some numbers on the teams that were invited. Some interesting facts. He's going to share a couple of those, and then we're going to go ahead and either grab Gorgon or probably Ryu Uberus to talk a little more about the North American scene as soon as that's over. So, Cart, what do you got for us? You got about 2 minutes.
Okay, the one thing I really want to mention was...
Oh god, he's here.
Charlie, please.
Get closer to your mic. Alright, what do you got, buddy?
I'm offended. Okay, Rave versus Malaysia. You know, a lot of people, they said Rave. I had this discussion with the Haas the other day. Haas arguing with me, stuff like that. Anyway, Rave, you know, they have the 6th highest tournament winnings, but, like, if you think about what they did, right? They placed 6th at the ACA. You know, that's odd. They had good competition there. They had EG, they had, you know, Secret was there, IG and stuff. But if you look at what they did in the group stages, they beat Hyperglory Team, they beat IG, they beat MVP, they beat Newbie, and they beat Tongfu. Tongfu and Newbie didn't even make it to the group stages. HTT finished 6-9, and Invictus finished 8-6. And if you look at the groups, all they did, they beat Invictus 2-1 and then lost to Big God 1-2. Now they were close games, but they didn't beat Secret, they didn't beat EG, they just beat Invictus. And if you look at Malaysia, Mushi's been at 3 TIs, 7th at TI2, 3rd at TI3, 4th at TI4. Malaysia has 3 out of the 5 orange players that finished 3rd at TI3. I think that's a lot of star power, so that's why I had MY as my finals, and I got 10 out of 10, I don't know. I just think that the star power that Malaysia offers, it makes them way better of an invite than Rave. That's just my 2 cents.
Star power is a big deal. So we're going to roll over. I got a couple of guests coming in. Cart, thanks for stopping by. And I think that you're right. We talked a little bit about this, guys, the idea of, and I call it the Shaun White effect. I have an uncle, and this is a little short story for you that nobody's really going to care about. He was a pro surfer for a while, and he used to always enter tournaments or events, and he said that no matter how well he surfed, he could never get on the podium unless it was behind Kelly Slater, because the guy was a legend in the sport, and he always sort of got the invite, he got the gold, he got the respect. And to a certain extent, it feels like Malaysia may have benefited from that in their pick. That's it. 4 minutes left. American qualifiers coming up. We noticed that 2 teams were not listed on the potential invite list, and that was Summer's Rift and North American Rejects version 2, as well as Leviathan. These are all teams that we thought might be invited. Do you think that those teams will show up on this qualifier group?
I mean, they fucking better. If not, who else is?
Summer's Rift and NAR V2 are mortal locks. There is no way if they will not be
either
included.
of those teams don't get invited, I'm gonna fucking riot.
I mean, big deal, but it's not going to happen. They will both be invited. Leviathan, I am really rooting for. These guys have done everything the right way. They have tried to represent the NA scene very well. I think they are deserving of an invite, but I am not certain that they'll get one, because I'm not certain how Valve's going to split it up between North and South.
Okay. So wait, you think that there will be
in South America? There's not.
So what do you have, South America? You have what? You have Not Today, who hasn't gotten an invite yet.
I mean, Not Today is good enough to absolutely get a.
Not Today will be invited.
Pain.
Pain is a bit of a question mark, but I believe will be invited. Union Gaming is the one that is the question mark that I think is on everybody's minds.
Okay.
I genuinely hope that they don't get invited.
I will be. If they are invited over Leviathan, I will be pissed.
Yeah, I'll be very unhappy.
What? Off the top of my head, I cannot remember where Boreal Esports is from. Are they South American?
North
Are they
American.
North American? Do you think that they'll be on the list? I've seen some put up some fights lately. They're pretty
Recently,
good.
they're quite good. They're not like amazing.
Which team? Boreal?
Boreal, yeah.
Boreal.
They should be in this.
Well,
But I
how
can see if they
many
don't.
slots do we have, guys?
9.
Let's actually look at this. So 9 slots. We're going to talk about Summer's Rift will be on there. NAR V2 will be on there. We've said not today. We've said Pain Gaming, and
Wheel,
then we go from there.
Wheel.
Wheel will be on there for sure.
Void
Okay,
Boys.
Void
probably.
Boys probably.
Tinker.
Tinker will. Oh, Tinker's an absolute lock. That already puts us to 7. That's why I'm getting concerned.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
that's true.
yeah.
Yeah,
Boreal's
that's-
not getting on there then.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
true.
yeah. I think Leviathan get on ahead of Boris.
I have to say, when you look at this compared to last year's NA qualifier, this is a lot more competitive, in my opinion.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
I think we can say that like the European qualifiers are going to be the one to watch because there's a lot of high octane
I
teams.
think the NA one will be good.
Well, but here's my
honestly.
argument: is that I
think
think that NA is going to be really evenly matched. It may not be the teams.
No,
you
I
don't.
don't think that's
you don't
true.
think so?
I think they're like Tinker is slightly better than both Gnar and Summer's Rift. Gnar and Summer's Rift are very close, and then the rest of the teams are not very comparable, to be honest.
You
with
don't think Not Today will compete in that tournament?
Not if they keep playing like they've been playing.
That's fair
I've watched
enough.
like
That's
8
fair
games
enough.
in a row, and they have just gotten fucking destroyed every single time.
Wait,
What's
who are you
up,
talking
Alan?
about? NAR?
Not today.
Oh, not today.
All right, guys. So Discount Net Matt Damon has jumped in to join us on this one. How are you doing today, Ryu?
What's up, guys? I got my amazing non-microphone, so might still sound
I can't
a
see
girl, but I'm still better than Greg, you know, right?
There you go. So open up with the flame. I like it.
Yes, for you.
Yes,
That's
you
how it-
are.
Dude,
That said,
yes,
guys.
That's how
you are.
that's a tradition to make
Yo,
it.
Hold on, time out,
Yo,
time
yo,
out,
yo.
time out,
Alan,
guys. I can't yell because I have a baby sleeping in the room next to me. But it's 7 seconds to the reveal, so I'm gonna flip
All
over
right,
to the
let's do it,
monitor
baby.
so you guys can see this as it
3,
comes up
2,
live.
1.
Here we go. This is it. This is a big one. I'm gonna read them off out loud for those of you on the podcast. Root Gaming, number 1, Summer's Rift.
What?
Not Today, Team Leviathan, Team Tinker. Void Boys, Complexity Gaming, North American Rejects, Wheelwreck,
One
Whistling.
South American team.
That's massive. That's a pretty
I mean,
big.
those- Honestly-
Only one South American team, and Leviathan making them happy.
Yeah.
You gotta root for those guys. Come
Oh,
on.
for sure. I mean, they're grassroots,
Right.
grounds up
They-
sort of team.
Yeah, they put a lot of work into it.
They really do. They really do.
All right. So that said,
They're
we've
actually
got
going
the
to run
list.
qualifiers 24 hours a day.
That looks like that's what it looks like.
they
Yeah.
are.
Who needs sleep, dude?
Well, I mean, it sort of works
I
in the
ain't
sense.
getting it.
Right. No, I'm excited about contract work that'll be coming to the rest of us. That said, it's
Oh
kind of
my
makes sense as regions are going to watch
God.
their own groups.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. All right. So let's talk about this list. We've
Complexity
got
gets invited.
14 minutes to complete. Yeah.
Oh, God.
So let's talk about the absences.
They're not that bad. What are you talking
There's
about?
like 3.5 players, dude. They haven't played an official in fucking forever.
Well, apparently they're all in a team house now.
So who? Wait. I have this question for you.
Exactly.
Who's better, Complexity or EHUG?
Well, according to ELO rankings and previous performance, EHUG is better.
EHUG didn't get invited.
EHUG
Yeah, are
didn't
you
get an
dumb,
invite.
Greg? You're blind. So you're
That's
comparing.
actually
Yeah.
really crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because EHUG they had a raffle roster shuffle,
They
but then that probably hurt them. Honestly, they did it last year too. Obviously, I dropped the team last year, but they had enough time. This year, maybe they didn't.
So
I don't know.
when did they change the roster? How long ago?
Just like a little bit ago. I
It was
mean,
about 3
No, it was
weeks
about like
ago?
it was like a month ago.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
it's
like
like 4 weeks.
They
Talking
also
about,
had that
like,
point where
dropping
Yawar
stuff?
was on the team and then he was not on the team
dropping
anymore.
your war, and then they
Well,
pieced.
I just want to say though that Alan, you really made that the analyst panel last year. Your contribution
Oh my God.
it really carried
saved it, man.
Greg.
It saved
It
it.
really carried Greg.
Greg's like Greg's
Fucking-
cameo stand at that moment. I love it.
Grant, yeah, right. I thought he rage quit on us. I'm gonna add somebody who is inflammatory.
Oh my
Dude, your channel's just
God.
getting banned immediately, dude. You
We
lost.
Listen, if his shirt's off, if he goes crazy,
EHUG
we shut him down.
EHUG should have been in. Yeah, Dirk
Yeah.
had just pointed out to me that EHUG were on the potential list in the compendium.
They were.
Yeah,
they were on the
what?
Nintendo Direct.
I saw that too. That's why I'm saying. That's why I brought that up right now.
That's crazy.
You know what? I think you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb. I think they get added. I think they get added. I really do.
It's gonna be 11 teams like last year.
Hello?
Why is the hype? The hype.
Oh,
It's
Grant.
11 team. Narvi was.
Ryu, chill out.
What the hell, Grant? What's your problem?
All right, so guys, the list is up. We see it there. I want to talk about the lack of SA teams. Now we have not today, but could the argument be made that Union Gaming specifically, as well as potentially some others, should have been here over teams like, no offense because I love the guys, maybe Complexity Gaming or some of the other ones like Will Wreck has had a couple of weeks.
Get invited, dude. They've had no legitimate union. No way, dude.
Okay, so is there
the only results they've ever had? They got kicked out of every fucking tournament.
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe I spoke wrong. Is there an SEA team that should have been on this list that isn't?
Payne probably should have been.
Payne's what I'm thinking of. I don't know why I said Union. I'm sorry.
Honestly, this qualifier is gonna be really good.
Why the fuck was Void Boys invited?
I mean, I
think
Void Boys has been taking off games of other teams.
Yes, when they fucking had Pat, Soul, and Beyond, and they have neither of them. They're not good.
Yeah,
they're not going to be playing with those players going forward.
I mean, they haven't for the last several weeks.
Both those players are back in China because their visas.
Both those players are back in China, and they are not going to be playing with Void Boys. I don't see why Void Boys is on this list.
They fucking lost!
Well, they've been playing without those two for like the last couple weeks.
And they've been playing poorly without them.
Yeah, no,
I mean, they weren't good.
I'm gonna lose.
No, I've watched some of their games without those two players, and I assume they would be back for whatever reason.
Grant, you should be.
I don't know how you guys don't know that. It's weird because you guys.
Grant, you should be on the analyst panel, Grant.
No, I should, and it's disrespectful that I'm not yet.
It really is. It really is.
Fine. But the fact
I brought up EHUG.
I knew that.
I really do. If this is going to be the field, I hope that they will add 2 teams, and I hope that EHUG and Payne will both be invited. And it'll be 11 teams, as I believe it was.
Whoa!
There's no way they're going to add teams. I mean, I think this is it, and I think that they're going to tell EHUG and Payne good luck with the open qualifiers.
No, and I've got this. I will bet $100 to the first charity I hear that Boreal wins the open qualifier.
You think Boreal will take that?
That's completely. I think that is a.
No, I think that's completely legitimate.
I completely agree with you. That seems like legitimately.
Wait, well, and there's a team of Black Sheep with Tralf and Yuar. Those teams are the best. Not even Payne. They're Payne. Yeah, Mason's on their team too.
Yeah, and those are very underrated teams that you could argue maybe don't market strong enough.
Yuar, Tralf, and Mason are making a team for the qualifier.
I can't say anything. I might have said it. If not, that's your problem for not listening. It's just.
I mean, but it doesn't, and that's
also easy to win the qualifier, depending on who the last 2 are.
Well, it's also a question of the open qualifiers, is that we're going to see some teams potentially really come out of the woodwork with the intention of winning this thing. Looking at the American qualifier list, we know that there's going to be 1 spot given to the winner, and there's going to be a wild card playoff for second place.
First of all, if you're willing to bet $100 on any one team in a 1,024 team open qualifier, you're goddamned insane.
No,
yeah.
I'll take it right now.
Right now, I'm on TeamSpeak with the captain, Leon Black of Boreal, and he said, Nahaz, you're dumb.
So let me ask you this. Hold on. Let me ask you this. Is anybody in this stream, anybody on the stream right now, willing to take Grant's bet? Is anybody willing to put $100 against him that Boreal will not advance out of the open?
You can choose the charity I pick, and I pick the charity you take.
You got it, baby. On right now. So seriously, it is. I don't know how it's going to be structured. I think the qualifier, they very well may choose to tier it, so that those the teams that sort of were on the cusp of getting the direct invites to the main qualifier and didn't may come in a little bit later. And if
I don't think they're going to. That's not the way that I.
If they don't tier it,
totally open.
If they don't tier it, and these are best of ones, and this is a 1,024 team qualifier, you're certifiably insane to bet money on one of those teams and give me the field.
I mean, yeah, you're talking to Grant. You realize that, right?
I invented you, for God's sakes. You would be nowhere.
Oh my God.
Greg or me?
I mean, either of you guys. But
I mean, somebody had to invent me. Fuck it.
Are they gonna? They're gonna have a patch before all this happens, right? Because apparently in JDL Americas they banned Dirge and Centaur.
Yeah, they did that. They had to do that in Dream League after the first Alliance game, the Alliance Empire
They'll
game.
fix that. I think the zombie thing already got fixed.
They already fixed it. They fixed it today.
It's just impressive that you can release a patch like that, but that's a different subject.
They fixed it on the fly. So that's it.
Impressive is not the word I would have used.
We've got 7 minutes left.
Being sarcastic.
I want to look at this list, guys. I want to look at this list real quick. On that, who do you think is the most likely to get the top position, and who do you think is going to the wild card playoffs off of this list?
Tinker and then Gnar/Summers.
Okay. I've just been told, by the way, that there's no tiers. It is open.
Yeah, it's totally
from the
open.
start.
Yeah.
I'll post the link that was just sent to me.
So, Greg, you're going with Leviathan gets the win, and then Summer's Rift or North American Regionals.
What?
Tinker, I'm sorry. Listen, it's late. I had a long day today.
Although
I apologize.
I don't think Tinker is untouchable, though. I think it's
no.
I think it's very possible that Gnar, Rift, Tinker, maybe. I don't think Wheel's not that good.
No, Sleet Soul can only play Last Strike this patch.
Not today, maybe. But if this is offline, I don't see how, or online, I don't see how Not Today can win on ping. I mean, I think any of those 3 teams could win, especially given
what were your 3 again? What were your 3 again, Greg?
Summer's Rift, Gnar, and Tinker.
The only 3 teams who have a chance. They're literally, if you say anyone else, you're wrong. It's a fact.
I mean, Not Today had to beat all these teams to qualify for a lot of things.
Have you watched Not Today in the last week? They're trying to make.
You shut the fuck up. Let me talk. Jesus. All right. All right. I'm saying Not Today qualified for all these lands to beat out teams like Summoner's Rift and then before, like for
Summers.
Okay, whatever. Summers.
It was Summoners at one time, wasn't it? Not Summoners of the Champions.
They said it.
Never.
Okay.
Alright, it's just become a shit show.
Alright, Grant's derailing everything.
I'm good.
Alright, so does anybody think that those 3 teams are not the front runners to win this thing? That's the question.
Oh, they're easily the front runners. I mean, I put, I don't know, probably about 2 to 1 on Tinker. Yeah. And maybe about 3 to 1 on each of the other 2, 3.5 to 1, something like that.
I think that's fair. I mean, I think Tinker is at the moment is definitely better than both those teams, but
even though they're only 2 American players, yeah.
Yep. I mean, that's a whole separate issue.
Yeah, it is.
But I mean, I think that if Tinker don't shape up, they could definitely not win the qualifier. Like their team play is. At some times,
they've made some fairly obvious mistakes.
It's like last year. Everyone said Liquid was 100% going to win it. It was like a Liquid Na'Vi thing, and then Na'Vi somehow beat them. And then Liquid did better in the main event, but...
And it's the same as 3 years ago with EG saying, "Oh, EG, you're going to get in." They didn't even go.
Well, yeah, they had Malk. I mean, you can't...
Yeah.
Milk actually...
They had Beataz, dude. What are you talking about?
You can't flame Milk.
You can't flame Beataz.
Beataz is my bro, dude. I can flame him if I want.
Okay. Okay, well, there you go. There you go. So I did turn up Skype volume for those who are asking for it. We're about 4 minutes out from the China qualifiers being announced. It sounds like everyone here, and most of the folks who are sitting here follow North American Dota pretty closely, feel that there are a far and away 3 distinct teams that have the real chance to advance. Is there anybody on that list that you think could put together strats, focus on the boot camp, and come out with the potential to take away one of those top 2 spots?
Oh yeah, I mean, if you told me that Not Today found a team house in the States, somehow got some money, and found a team house in the States and boot camped, I mean, that team, when it plays well, is very talented.
Okay.
Yes, I agree. 100%. Like, everybody keeps disrespecting Not Today, but you have to realize they've qualified for a lot of these lands in these tournaments, and they've beat out a lot of the North American teams already. They've already proved themselves a lot, so don't discredit them at all.
Makes sense. Greg, what do you think? Charlie, you guys have any thoughts?
To
unless there's a drastic...
I want to hear Charlie's. Greg, please. There's men talking.
Thank you, Grant.
Grant, I let you sleep on my floor.
Yeah,
without a shit.
You didn't even give me a blanket.
You fucking passed out. You were so goddamn drunk.
Yo, how are you not gonna put a blanket over the man?
Dude, I said.
Wow. Charlie, hold on. Time out.
He's like, nah.
Timeout.
Okay, whatever.
He just passes out on your floor.
Guys,
You don't
no,
put a blanket
Charlie,
on
Charlie, you can't talk here because you won't even give Conrad a chair when he comes to your house.
I don't have another chair.
I'm just saying, buy a chair.
I'm sure Greg had a blanket. I don't have another chair.
Yeah, it was.
Also, my floor is very comfortable.
Well, you know, carpets are nice.
Yes, I have a very nice carpet.
Fair enough. So
as to Ryu's point about not today qualifying for all of these events and beating out these teams, there is one event that they were put into that they didn't qualify for that probably matters the most, and that was the TI4 North American qualifiers. I mean, while I think they are a great team, I think the gap between them now and Tinker and Gnar and Summers, is too great. And I think the likelihood of them getting a house in North America, being able to scrim against European teams, is just, I think it's not likely to happen.
Makes sense. Okay. So we're about 1 minute and 20 seconds away from the Chinese qualifier roll through. The next couple of qualifiers I think are not as important to some of the folks who are on the show. So I was going to say, is anybody planning on signing out before we move on with the episode? I want to give you a chance to do a shout out before we move on.
I probably should sign out like a few minutes into the China one. I'll give you some quick thoughts, but I've actually got to grade these finals by tomorrow.
All right.
If this place is still open and I can order food, then I mean, it really just depends on if this place is open or not.
Fair enough.
Just get Taco Bell, man.
That's been your fucking place, dude.
Oh, nice! It's fucking open. All right, I'm in.
All right, Charlie. Any last thought? Oh, you're in. Cool.
No, you did.
He's getting delivery.
No, they don't do delivery. I have to go and I have to pick it up. So I'll probably leave. I'll leave in the middle and go get it, and then I'll come back.
Skype call on your phone, dude.
No, but Charlie, do you think Energy Pacemaker wins the whole Chinese qualifier?
Obviously, dude.
Oof.
I really do think they're the best team.
Really?
Yeah, easily.
Their results have been nuts lately.
We said HDT, right?
I don't know anything about the Chinese teams.
No, EP.
You don't know anything about the NA teams. Why would you?
Are you fucking serious? I was the only one who knew any things you just fucking said.
HGT would have been my pick.
Guys, 3 seconds.
Grant. eHome?
Yeah, it's between eHome, Energy, and LV Gaming. Oh wait, they disbanded.
Yeah.
No. You
eHome's
don't think HGT is? I think eHome and HGT are
HGT's
the
a competitor. HGT took down IG twice in the last month.
HGT's had some like really great results, and then like really.
And they've had some really shitty ones. It depends on which team shows up.
It does, and that's a big part of them. So I think HGT is a potential. Fucking Newbie Youth. Why are they even on there? Sorry, I shouldn't have said that out loud. Energy Pacemaker.
Newbie Youth. Oh my.
Yeah, Newbie Youth is on there. So I don't know.
Okay.
Wait, what?
And Old Boys. I think the Old Boys is the most surprising one.
Old Boys is a little. Yeah, I mean, because they've had some roster issues. They've had all kinds of weird stuff, man.
Newbie Youth. All right, whatever.
What in the world?
VG Gaming Potential, Tongfu Wangzhou. Interesting. So this is an example of a qualifier that is kind of top heavy and bottom fucked, for lack of a better word, right? Like, there's these teams. Who's going to be the best on this? Energy Pacemaker is the one you guys are talking about. HGT. What do we think about Tongfu going into this tournament?
Can anyone name 3 players on that team now?
Well, I mean, I can't say half the names anyway.
So then they're off the list.
Gotcha. CDEC Gaming.
Oh, sorry, I'm ordering food. I'm not really paying attention.
Yeah.
Need to get like Gods or LD in here, somebody more qualified for this.
No. What are you?
Carter. That's the only player I recognize, honestly. I know because he's extremely good support.
Well, CDEC was projected when they started after the shuffle to be better than I think that they've represented themselves to be, and I don't think they'll have a bad showing. But I think when you put them up against Pacemaker, and eHome and HGT, it's just a no contest. I think those guys are just going to far and away dominate this entire field. Now the question is, of those 3 teams, who do you think has the best chance of advancing easy, and who's going to the wild card?
I mean, just by the numbers, I would put HGT as the favorite with eHome in second and EP in third. But EP, the wild card is, if you look at last year's TI, the team that won struggled early in the tournament, but they also showed on the final days of the qualifiers before the main event, they had played the best Dota in the tournament so far. Energy Pacemaker, I would be reluctant to put up there among the favorites, but the Dota that I've watched them play recently has been arguably better. I've watched more Dota than you do, Grant.
Do you think that?
Yeah, I do.
He watches a pretty copious
I am 100% positive. But anyway, you are a vastly better player than I was.
No, I watched more than you too. I agree, but the fact that CDEC had a good chance until they lost Maybe, which was a month ago. I'm actually surprised LGD got invited when they got a new player a month ago. That's another story too. But
but their other four are so strong. But anyway,
so it sounds like they were to a certain extent maybe having trouble filling up this qualifier. I mean, the fact that Newbie Youth and VG Gaming Potential, who I think are both, and even Tong Fu Wen Zhao, however you say that, shows that maybe the China qualifier didn't have as many teams that were ready to play, if that makes sense.
Where's
maybe
DK?
the tournament?
Where's DK in all this?
DK is.
DK's dead.
Yeah, they're not even
DK was in the
anymore.
DK was in the. Maybe they had a roster change shuffle. That's a really good question. I want to know what happened. Maybe they're like all the remnants went to one of these.
I'm already
teams
there, dude. They have Super, CTY, July, and they still have 3 really good players. Yes.
Wait, what?
CTY
is on DK?
What are you talking about?
That's.
Well, unless Wikipedia is wrong, which I got banned
new
from
one.
Wikipedia for flaming them. Wouldn't doubt it. Stupid garbage ass site.
Let's see. So,
Jesus Christ.
No, I got banned because I flamed Liquipedia on their own website. I said you guys need to learn to update. They're updating stuff wrong in the Canada Cup, and I said you guys need, if you're gonna have a job, do it correctly. So if this Liquipedia is wrong, that just obvious points it out.
Wait, if this DK roster is legit, it seems ridiculous that they're not on the qualifier
exactly.
list.
So either Liquipedia is dumb or Valve's dumb.
but what have we seen DK do?
No,
I mean, what have they played?
no.
I don't think that's right. I don't think it's right.
No, they've played. DK played a game against VG a couple days ago, and that was not their roster.
Okay.
The 5 players that played against VG a couple days ago were 5 players that
We're not.
Yeah, none of those names were among them.
Is CTY playing on the team?
He got rented to some team. Remember,
yeah,
there was a big thing.
CTY is not on the team. Blacks is on the team.
Well, where'd CTY go? It was a Gosu Gamers article. He got rented somewhere.
Yeah, I remember that.
He was put on load. So I think at the end, I think DK hasn't been performing lately. They're renting out their players. So
DK basically broke up, is what Dirk was saying.
CTY.
CTY, right.
By LGD. Ooh, the LGD manager is messaging me. Maybe he wants to say something about this.
Was it Oren?
Yeah.
Orange messages.
Oren is not the LGD.
Oren's the he's the Twitter guy, right?
He is not the LGD manager.
What is he, Charlie? I'm sorry.
He's like their project. He's like a project manager.
Okay, so
It's actually important.
Someone just messaged me and said a week or two they kicked everyone except for Black Sea.
Yeah.
And CTY is playing for eHome, which Grant already said. Instead of
so
Inflame.
they're basically
Instead of Inflame, apparently.
They're basically a non-entity at this point.
So they're not entity.
All right.
Yeah. All they have is
so the question is, before we get all riled, then about Newbie Youth and Vici Potential being on this list.
Is there anyone else?
What are the snubs?
Exactly.
What's
that's
the
what
options?
I don't think there are snubs. I think that there's just a huge differentiation over there between quality of teams.
All right.
And this is where
Hey,
we're
Charlie, can you shut the hell up? That was from our.
I haven't been paying attention at all. I'm gonna go get my food. I'll be back later.
All right. So Charlie's gonna drop off the call. He'll be back later if he can. That said, at some point, guys, in the next 10 or 15 minutes, I actually grabbed Team Leviathan. We're going to bring them on because they're pretty excited about getting the invite. And I want to hear their reaction.
Yes.
Love you, Charlie.
So first of all, Durka needs to just join the call. Okay. But Newbie Miracle is a better. He's right. Is a better team than Newbie Youth. And why were they not invited? Okay, that's a good point.
That is a good point. So I don't think I actually have Dirk. I haven't heard. Dirk is welcome to join us if he wants to. I think that he's a little more up to date on the that scene than I am myself. That said, we're already to the back end of the China qualifiers. We're 7 minutes out from hearing about the SEA. So what I do want to do is
European.
European, which is going to be a pretty exciting section to look at. Before we go over to it, I want to hear. We've talked about the top 3 versus the rest. Who's going to come out on top? I want each person to let me know who's going to be number 1, who's going to be number 2 coming out of the qualifiers.
Yeah, Dirk is unfortunately Dirk has to sleep and can't join the call, but
just the hypest day of Dota. It's fine that like you.
So if you don't have a selection, if you don't really follow the Chinese scene and have an opinion, that's fine. Who? I know that Grant's got some pretty strong opinions. Who do you think's coming out 1? Who's coming out 2?
Energy Pacemakers 1, Eat Home 2.
Ryu?
I'm gonna say HGT 1, Old Boys 2. I heard a lot recently that Old Boys has been beating some of the top teams, so and they have a lot of star-studded players. If somebody could pull it up for me as to what I've heard, but they definitely can make a case for themselves if we can talk about them a little bit more.
You want Old Boys roster?
Yeah, let's pull that up.
Yeah, all right.
You can head on over to Liquipedia. They might have something wrong, but I'm sure some of it's right.
It's crazy.
Or you could just use Dat Dota.
Dat Dota.
So Old Boys' most recent game. Oh, holy shit! You're not kidding.
Yeah,
okay, Old Boys' most recent game was played with DD, Long DD, YYF, Zhao, and another player that I'm not familiar with. That doesn't. Some of the newer Chinese players, their names don't show up correctly in Dat Dota. We've got to manually change that. But wow, yeah. Okay, that roster is obviously legit.
Yep. I think those 2 are going to be the top coming out.
How do you kick someone from a Skype call? I don't want Charlie's chair.
If you just click on, if you like run your mouse over his,
yeah. Don't kick Greg though. I think he's doing a fine job.
Well, I'm gonna have to kick you soon. You're pissing so many people off.
I mean,
Grant pissed people off. No fucking way.
I could say like I think Team Tinker and Black is the best player, and they'd still hate me.
Like I thought Nahaz would just bend him over and spank him by now or something.
No, dude, I fucking love Grant. Like, what? I mean, come on.
Yeah,
you can't take yourself too seriously. Like,
right? Fuck that.
Grant's
cool,
I love
man.
Grant.
Yeah, I'm just drinking a fresh-ass Coors Light that I bought from Walmart.
Dude, Coors Light. I'm not going to argue with you. I drink it too. It's nice.
Oh my.
No.
Right back. You can get a new Coors Light sponsored by Magnum.
I drink insanely expensive scotch, but I'll still settle for some Coors Light. Can't help it.
Christ, what's wrong with you?
But because Coors Light, you didn't grow up on piss water like when you had. Anyway, I shouldn't talk about the things I did as a child. All right, so we have our picks for the Chinese qualifier. Honestly, if we're running 24-hour qualifiers, there's some things that I'm going to be disappointed.
How is this a thing?
How's what a thing?
820 is the 5th player in Old Boys. He's like a really old. Okay, yeah, I remember that name. Really old school, like had Vengeful Spirit named after him in Dota 1. That's shout out to Ryan Editor who pointed that out to me. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so if they're going to run qualifiers 24 hours, which is crazy to me.
I mean,
you're going to have
to... Well, they basically did it last year, didn't they?
That's true.
Are they going to have... Last year?
Last year was one region at a time.
Yeah, one region at a time, yeah. Are they going to have hubs? No one knows, right?
No comments.
He can't say, Greg's in the inn. Everyone's in the inn, but old Granaroonie.
Are they going to have... What did he ask?
They're going to have hubs.
I would assume that they'll have hubs again.
And Greg said no comment, which means they are, because he can't comment on who's going to be in the hubs, yeah.
So you're already set to go to a hub, huh, Greg?
Me? No.
I can't wait to just see you having fun with everyone.
Me?
The cats.
Dude, I did not say I'm going to a hub at all. That is not what I said.
Spoilers.
It's hilarious because like Twitch chat's trying to get me to call people who haven't even contacted me, so I'm gonna wake them up from sleeping.
God, that booty clap is the best emote ever.
Did we get Ziori?
He didn't answer. So I'll wait and try back again in a little while.
Typical Andrew.
That said, though, let's say this. Do you think, if it's running 24 hours, you're going to have to miss at least one region's qualifiers to sleep at some point. Is China the region that's going to be the most comfortable to just not watch?
The way that it's working on here is America and China goes on the same days. Europe and Southeast Asia goes on the same days. Seems pretty fucking clear what you do if you're a normal person. You watch the American European one.
Yeah, Western versus Eastern. That's kind of sad they do it like that.
It's fucking terrible that they make that. That's like what it is, but
yep.
That really sucks ass.
I thought honestly, I completely thought when they said it was going to be a week that it was going to be offline. I was like very convinced. But apparently that was just.
I never quite bought into that, but I was certainly hoping.
Won't Western and Eastern run in opposite time zones though?
Yeah, but you can't watch both.
Right, but like look at the China qualifier.
And that's what I'm saying. Any normal person would just watch the one that's in their time zone, or like in their rough area of time zones.
But what you're saying is the Chinese fans are going to watch the American qualifier because so many of the teams in China qualifier are a non-factor.
What?
No.
I was being sarcastic. I was just
no. Okay. All right. Good. Wow.
Well, but dude, if you go by the scheduling of these Chinese tournaments, you'd think that everyone in China watches these American teams.
I mean, how many ridiculous opinions have been ascribed to Greg during this call? You can't.
Right, that's true. That's true.
Greg, I agree with you.
Actually, I'll go fuckers.
I just said
that actually was not a dig on you, Greg. That was a dig on opinions being ascribed to you.
Oh, okay. All right, fair enough.
All right, so we are 142 from the European qualifiers coming out. This is going to be a pretty big section with a lot of great teams, and I'm really curious to see who actually hits this and gets onto it.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, well, we certainly know that NIP will be in.
Alliance.
Know that Alliance will be in.
Wait, who was the one who was saying NIP was going to get invited directly to the event so I can vent some anger on them?
I said
they had a chance. They had a chance.
said that if
they had zero chance, but yeah. The only chance of getting in over VP. Who would get over VP? You think NIP was over VP after almost losing to Lemon Dogs? I could beat Lemon Dogs with a stack of 5 NEL people. Like,
I
think I could.
That is definitely false.
No,
but,
it's not.
Okay. Oh my god.
I'm sorry, but okay, I think does Lemon Dogs get invited? Actually, now that I brought it
I
up.
don't know, dude.
I
haven't thought enough about the 9 teams.
Honestly, yeah.
It's like that EU is deep enough that you don't have to invite Lemon Dogs, but
that's weird because NIP.
Probably not.
The Alliance.
Yeah, NIP, Alliance, Navi.
4 Anchors.
4 ASC will definitely be invited. Burden United will probably be invited.
Oh yeah, for the memes. Nice.
Yes, that's why Valve does all of their invites.
Hellraisers will.
Hellraisers will.
Yeah. Maybe the 4 Clover Leprechaun or no?
Did we say 4 ASC?
Didn't they just have a roster change yesterday?
They did, but they have Wagamama and like
Yeah, that's gonna be that's probably gonna be one.
Oh, BBC.
All right, here they come.
BBC.
That
puts us at 8.
Yeah.
All right, so it's Vega, Burden, Navi, Power Rangers, NIP, Alliance, London Conspiracy, Hellraisers, and 4 Anchors plus the Sea Captain. What do you guys think of the list?
No, basically unknown. I'm actually surprised, but
yeah,
is London Conspiracy like actually good at all, or do they just play in tournaments and lose?
That's why I expected you or the Wagamama.
Pretty much to the latter.
Yeah.
There's no BBC and there's no Goomba.
I'm surprised.
No BBC is actually. But then again, they've kind of been playing switcheroo with their
shuffling.
roster.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not on here. That's
who?
I don't know if that's like
Scary Faces, but that's kind of a shuffling team.
It's an open winner.
Last month.
I think to me, BBC is the only team that's missing that I would put in there over maybe say London Conspiracy.
Oh, that's right. They oh god, BU basically Unknown just lost Mind Control, who's probably easily their best player. That's a good. Again, due to Durka.
Again, due to Durka. So, Durka doesn't want to come on because he's trying to sleep, but he keeps sending messages.
But yeah, he's apparently listening to B-Spout bullshit. Getting tired of it. So.
All right, so on this list, do we have far and away superior teams, or is this going to be any given Sunday, anyone can win, anybody can advance in that top position?
This is a pick'em. This is a coin flip.
Oh, Zyrie's in the call.
Yeah, I think
his Zyrie.
Hellraisers, Alliance, NIP, Power Rangers, Navi are the top 5, and then maybe Burden United at the 6.
No,
Burden. All those 5.
Don't.
I mean, Hellraisers has been doing fine in some of the tournaments they've been qualifying for. NIP as well, I would say I honestly thought that VP and NIP were about the same.
Hellraisers will have our tests. Remember that. They competed.
Wow,
without...
that is the world's shittiest webcam.
It really is, Greg.
That's so fucking bad.
It's that bad. Hey, it's the integrated one on my laptop. All right, dude, calm down. My room.
What you need is an Alienware
right
from
now.
HIP.
Oh.
There is a line
Those
to
things
be
don't
said,
grow on
Greg.
trees.
There is a line to be said right now that the world's worst webcam is whatever webcam showing your face.
Oh my God!
Let's
What the fuck, guys?
If you're gonna step up and flip Fury, man,
I'm out.
Greg, pooped on Greg.
That's a knockout.
What the fuck?
KO'd. Just leave Greg. You're off the. You're off.
Do I need to go get a real camera? Is that the only thing
No, you're fine. Hashtag.
Yeah, I just have a picture. Mine's a little better.
Grant has a nipple.
I saw that, Grant. It's really, it's really nice.
It's a girl
Twitch
gamer
approved.
kind of thing. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm not showing nipples, so it's fine. It's whatever.
Anyway, so let's talk about this list. European qualifier. I think, for the most part, we can say that this is going to be an incredibly fun qualifier to watch. Lots of really good teams in it. Even the teams that we would say aren't as good as some of the top teams on there, like London Conspiracy, has the ability to take games off of the top teams on the list. So this could be a good one. I'd like to go around and just... Who is your favorite? Like, when you watch this, whether it's because you think they're going to win or because you love their style of play, who's your favorite on this qualifier list? Nahaz?
Easily NIP.
Okay.
I mean, I will be rooting. Like, I am I've been an Alliance fan forever. I think Loda deserves a ton of credit for his contribution to the game over time. Even though I know a lot of people, for whatever reason, don't like him. I think he's amazing. So I will be rooting for Alliance, but NIP, I had a chance to meet those guys at Columbus. They're a great group of guys. They play as a team. I love to watch them play Dota.
I don't think they're gonna win it all, but I think I'm just putting this out there. I think Vegas Squadron is a lot better than people give them credit for.
Oh, they are.
They're certainly a lot better than I personally gave them credit for. Yeah. We originally didn't even invite them to the Dota Pit qualifiers or whatever, and a team dropped out, and we added them. They crushed it, and they made it into the playoffs. They're out now, but they played much better than I thought they were going to. They were pretty good.
So.
4ASC, by the way, is not bad.
They've recently been playing really well.
They're a team. I have seen them play some really good Dota. They played some great Dota recently at Dream League.
Yeah.
And I think they may finish. I mean, they may contend in this event if they play like they've been playing recently.
I agree. I think that this is just going to be a really good qualifier to watch, start to finish. So, really excited about that. Now, I do want to get a chance here to slip in a call with the Leviathan squad because I know that they're incredibly excited.
Awesome.
So
do it.
I've got them on. I'm going to go ahead and add them real quick to the call.
I beat one of them in a LAN one time, but that's different.
Is it their whole team or
I
just one?
think it's the team. We'll find out in just a second.
I hope Jenkins is there.
And I hope they're all naked.
That's the dream, isn't it? That's the dream.
I saw that picture.
Dude, have you ever been in these guys in the fucking in a lobby chat? It's unbelievable the things that they say. It's actually impressive.
They've matured a lot. Maybe
when you're in charge of the admin, Greg, they've been perfect gentlemen in all of my.
They've been very professional when I've worked with them.
Yeah, I'll chug a beer to that.
Probably just you.
We got to go. All right, so they are running around their house. I may or may not have given them enough warning that I was calling them. Hey, turn off your fans, guys.
Oh my god, is that a porn couch?
Shredder?
Can't see their fucking.
Are we on cam?
Shit.
You are on cam. If it turns on.
Down here, boys. What?
Is he wearing jorts?
Wait, how do you see him? I can't even see their camera.
I swear to God, if he's wearing jorts.
How does he see their cameras?
I see the camera. No one else does?
I don't.
It's still loading for me.
Yeah. Wow.
I see it.
Super duper computer, Grant.
Thanks. The one on the right's wearing jorts, though, so if you want to kick him, it's fine.
Alright, so I want to bring these guys on because I've actually been following Leviathan for a while, and we've talked about sort of the top teams in the American qualifier, the North American qualifier. These guys are a unique team, right? Because they're sort of they've been together for a long time. They've been sort of working to get themselves to TI. So it's really exciting to see a team like Leviathan, who has sort of gone from the ground up, get into this event, and that's why I wanted to pull them on for those of you who are watching right now. Grant, you believe that you are the absolute authority on North American Dota. Honestly, what do you think Leviathan's chances are of advancing out of the qualifiers? Or what do you think their goal should be in the qualifiers?
Their goal should be to win. I mean, that should be everyone's goal, is to win. Their chances, I think, are low. Like, I'm not flaming them. I think they probably think they might be a little outclassed, but I want them to do good. I met Shredder, like, at 3 different lands. He's cool. I just don't think they have a high chance of advancing out.
Okay. Does Roy Rose just gave us a picture, so that's the loading